It was going to be just another ordinary night. At the Johnson household, as in most every other home across the country, Mr. Johnson will be returning home from work. It will be dinner with the family, homework for the kids, and then a few hours of television. It was going to be just another ordinary night. That is, of course, until Randy Stonehill and Leslie Phillips came to town.
Like a dreamer who was trying to build a highway to the sky, all my hopes would come tumbling down, and I never knew just why. Until today, when you pulled away the clouds and hung like curtains on my eyes, I'd been blind. All those wasted years, I thought I was so wise. Then you took me by surprise.
You know, I became a Christian by listening to musicians who were sharing their faith in Jesus through their songs. And so I've just tried to continue that, you know, to reach out to people in the same way that Christ reached me. And I think you can do television, or you can shoot videos, or you can make records. But for me, there's nothing more fulfilling and there's nothing more exciting than just walking out on that stage in faith and giving your heart to the audience and then trusting God to do something with that, to breathe some life into that moment.
And it does, because I mean, I have the same background, I think, that Randy does. Partially, I came to know the Lord through contemporary Christian music, and it had an incredible effect on my life. And not only does it break the stereotypes of what you think God is or Christianity is, but I think it provides role models, positive role models for you to pattern your life after. And so we would hope that we'd be able to live our lives in Jesus and to be honest and open on stage and to let people see how the Lord works in our lives.
Well, I walk inside just to fix my hair, and the girls at the mirror and start to stare. Then they look back at their reflection and we all compare, and it's powder room politics. Oh, powder room politics.
I'm so excited about this tour because it's really going to give me a chance to develop a rapport with the audience that I've never had a chance to develop before. You know, I've done a lot of opening sets for different artists, and this is really a chance for me to say all the things that I want to say. I mean, there's just so many different areas that we have in our lives as Christians, and I really want to touch on all those different areas because we go through a variety of different things. You know, how can you cram someone's life into one half-hour set?
I love playing music. I think it's a gift from God. I think He's given it to us to just bring us joy, but I think it's also a wonderful vehicle to reach people. It has a way of cutting through our defenses and really speaking to the heart. And I've been doing this for years and years, and it's because to me it's a real privilege to just be some part of what God wants to do in someone else's life, to be sort of one link in that chain that finally pulls them to Christ.
It's the fear of silence that gives us away. 'Cause when we're alone, we have to hear what our aching hearts try to say. And we've been walking in dead men's shoes. Now there's only one saving grace, and we're given the power to choose whoever you are. I hope you'll be alright. I hope you let the good Lord fight your fights. No matter what you hear, whisper in your ear, just remember that you're loved tonight. Love tonight.
You know, 4 out of 10 girls in the United States will get pregnant during their teenage years, and that's just an incredible stat. I mean, it's mind-boggling. And I think that there's a reason. I think that a lot of girls, it's not because, you know, they're sexual maniacs. I think there's a lot of girls that just need love, and they want affection. They want people to tell them that they're okay the way they are, and sometimes they'll pay a high price for that by giving away their virginity.
Whoever you are, I hope you'll be all right. I hope you'll let the good Lord fight your fights. No matter what you hear whispered in your ear, just remember that you're loved tonight. Love tonight.
I think this tour is really going to be a lot nicer, a lot easier in a lot of ways. I've opened for everyone and their mother, I think, in Christian music, and it's going to be nice to be with someone that really, that I respect as an artist, that's really going to be able to say, really have the same message that I do, really reaching for people's hearts, somebody that has the same purpose and intent, because I think that keeps you on focus a little bit more. It's a little bit easier to remember why you're doing this and who you're doing it for, even in the pressures that you go through every day on the road.
Yeah, you really start to get a little bleary-eyed out there after a while, you know, just from all the pace, you know, and the pressure. And so it's great to know that we've got each other as sort of prayer partners in the wings every night, and someone to lean on to sort of help you to keep it real, keep it honest, you know, just sort of rest in God and let Him make it work.
One of the reasons I want to go out and do touring, to do Christian music, is to break people's stereotypes of what they think God is, what they think a Christian is, to show them that you know, we're not just one-dimensional, but that, you know, we can feel joy, we can even go through pain. You know, just because you become a Christian doesn't mean that all your pain goes away, but it means that you have a different source of strength to draw from in those hard times. And so I just want to talk about a lot of different areas that we go through.
A song in the night to sing to a dying world.
After midnight, all is still, and the world sleeps without a sound. Cold just cuts into your soul, and you know death is all around as we gather on a hill in the dark. Someone starts a song like an army. We move out to fight the evil wrong, and like a song in the night, we will sing our way through darkness, and we'll be true to the light and burn the gates of hell. Oh, the song in the night, give the light to those who hear it, and Jesus has given us a song in the night.
I guess I seem to write about temptations and things in my music a little bit more because a lot of Christian artists haven't really attempted to do that in their music, and I feel that that's a void. You know, we are all tempted, and I think we need to help one another and encourage one another by not only admitting that we're tempted, but really being honest and open about the way we deal with temptations. For me, I think that when I'm tempted, it starts like a little seed in my mind, and I can do one of two things. I can let that grow and cover it up and put it in the dark so that no one can see it, or I can come out in the open and let God's light shine on it and kill it by telling somebody else, going to one of my friends and saying, hey, I'm struggling with anger, I'm really bitter at someone inside, or I'm struggling with wanting to drink, or wanting to do drugs, or wanting to go to bed with someone, and I'm able to go to someone like that and have them pray for me, and to be able to tell them my struggles. And that's so important, I think, in this day and age. And that's why it comes out of my music, because I'm hoping that my listeners will be able to say, yeah, I felt like doing that, and yes, I feel the desires tugging on me, but yet there is victory in Jesus, and God can really help us overcome those temptations through His strength.
One of the great lies in the world is that we can be all together. We are the highest form of life in the universe, and therefore to admit that we don't have all the answers, or to admit that we need help, is a sign of weakness. To me, that's a sign of sanity, to say, hey, I can't make it on my own. I am not the author of love that springs eternal. And I have this song called The Gods of Men that talks about growing up and moving past those deceptions.
Wanted my name to be a household word. Well, I thought that it would thrill me, then I saw that it could kill me. Now it strikes me as a little absurd. But I used to dream of being Don Juan, of having all these pretty girls on the line. It made the shambles of my life, so I found myself a wife who's a lover and a friend of mine. As the world keeps turning around, to bend with the wind, or it knocks you down. Turn your back on the gods of men, and the Lord who is true will give life back to you again.
When I hear that drugs and alcohol abuse are the #1 killer of youth today, that says to me that kids are panicked. They just feel like they're in this pressure cooker, like there's nothing that's stable. Everything's coming apart, from the changing values and morals of society to the looming nuclear threat. And what I want to say to them on this tour is that Jesus can be trusted, that this is not, as amazing as it sounds, this is not just the dream of desperate men, but that God is there, that He cares, and that Christ is the healer. He can tell us who we are, and He can take us home, and you can take Him at His word. So here we we go, the Randy Stonehill, Leslie Phillips tour.
It's Leslie Phillips, Randy Stonehill tour.
Whatever. But, you know, people have asked us how it is that we two, in particular, decided to tour together. And all I can say is, you know, you finally get sort of worn down after the pleading and the sending of gifts and the whining. And, please let me come on tour. Please let me come on this tour.
So I decided to let him come along.
Yeah.
Just another ordinary night? The choice is up to you. Randy Stonehill and Leslie Phillips have a common vision, and they're coming to your town. Be there and be a part of an uncommon event. Randy Stonehill and Leslie Phillips on tour.